So when I first did a first introduction on my husband and I doing a tank, I had some ideas on what I wanted to do, and some of them turned out right, some of them did not. We wound up doing live plants, like a lot of them. We really liked having the live plants in there. Now keep in mind we have a 13-gallon tank, which is very small. And some of those plants came with hitchhikers. We have had snails. However, they're not as big as a problem as we originally thought. We did some research on the internet and everyone scared us with like, oh my god, snails, they're going to take over. So far that really hasn't been a problem. We usually see about 5 or 6 a day and some have died. Interestingly enough, our betta, I guess because they're so small, every now and then he'll attack one and suck it out of the shell and eat it. I don't know if that's normal betta behavior, but our betta does it. Originally we were going to put tetra in there. There was a miscommunication with my husband and I. I went to the store and bought 6 neon tetras. My husband went to the store and bought 8 harlequin rasbora. I think that's how you say that. And we don't have another tank or anything to dump them in, and I know you're not supposed to add that many fish at once, but we went ahead and did it because we didn't know what else to do at that point. All my neon tetras died within 48 hours. The harlequin rasbora have done really well. We originally had 7 cherry shrimp. After we bought, a week after we let the rasbora kind of settle and, adjust and everything, and the shrimp settle and, count all the snails and freak out over having snails in our tank, we went ahead a week after all that, we went and bought our betta. He is beautiful and we love watching him. He's actually right there. He is gorgeous. He loves to hang around the heater. He loves to wrap himself around things and swim through the plants like the tightest areas. He has eaten 2 of my cherry shrimp. We are down to 5, but eating 2 of my cherry shrimp out of a, 4-week time span? Not bad at all. But I was worried about it, so I went ahead and bought some ghost shrimp, feeder ghost shrimp, and they're bigger than my cherry shrimp and ugly, but very active. They're kind of fun to watch, and he's eaten a couple of those. I noticed he only eats them if they're pregnant with eggs. I don't know why. But that shows that he can eat bigger things than what I expected. When I saw a ghost shrimp, I was like, there's no way he'll be able to eat those. Those are huge. No, he did eat them if they had eggs in them. I don't know if he could tell that or if that was just kind of a coincidence. But I kind of wondered if that's why he picked them out. But overall, he seems happy. In the morning, we give the betta fish flakes, and we give the rasbora tropical fish flakes. And at night, we put in the tropical fish flakes again for the rasbora, and then we put in half a frozen cube of bloodworms. Half a cube is too much for just the betta alone, but because we have the rasbora will occasionally eat some and the shrimp will do cleanup, so I never have to worry about fishing any food out. I know that that's overfeeding, but the shrimp eat it all, so my tank doesn't get dirty, and so far the betta hasn't killed himself on overeating. There have been a couple times where I did get the fish net and kind of block it out and did take out because he was starting to swell up and I was afraid that he was going to overeat. I don't know if they can kill themselves from that, but it looked scary, so I went ahead and took the rest of the frozen bloodworm cube out. And so far, that seems to be it. The tank seems very well set up, and the last 4 weeks have been so much fun watching it. And we have done 2 cleanings. I'm not sure if it's because of the amount of plants or whatnot, but on the 3-week mark, the tank kind of started getting scrunchy. I guess we don't have enough snails or whatnot, but algae started growing, very tiny amounts of it. I thought it was snail eggs at first on the inside of the tank, and my husband said, no, that's algae. So we went ahead and did a 20% water change. I took out 2.5 gallons with a siphon in the gravel, and I vacuumed up all the fish poop, and it was very gross and dirty. And then we put in new water, which was bottled. We've been using bottled water. We can get 5 gallons for $1. I don't know if that's what it costs everywhere, but where we live, that's what it costs. So, yeah, we just use bottled water. And it's really been easy maintenance. It's pretty much all set up and it takes care of itself. So once every 2 to 3 weeks, we're going to do a water change and scurry the windows and get rid of any algae that might grow. But it took 3 weeks for any to grow, so I'm not really too concerned about that. Of course, that could change, I guess. But we are very happy with it, and Kind of bummed that he ate 2 of the cherry shrimp. The cherry shrimp are my absolute favorite thing in this tank. But, circle of life. And I still have my other 5, so maybe they'll breed. I have 2 females, it looks like, and 3 males, I'm judging from the coloration. Alright. Bye.